What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. White man says African people have absolutely no culture and our languages are primitive. I always find it funny when white people get mad and they start talking trash about African countries, African people, because you can tell they're trying to convince themselves of it to be a fact. In their minds, that's what they want to believe. They didn't know deep down inside that everything they're saying is an absolute lie. And they're just projecting the fact that they barely have any culture to speak of onto everybody else who has millions of years of culture and tens of thousands of years of high culture. But without further ado, let's listen to the frustration of this white man who I guess maybe his girlfriend got taken by a black dude or something like that. That's probably what happened. It's usually the case, right? Now he all mad and pissed off or something like that. Or maybe he tried to call somebody the N-word and it didn't work out the way he wanted it to work out. So he got extra mad and decided to go back to the old bullet point books from back in the 1500s about what white folks used to say who had no education about Africans. Anyway, without further ado, it's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
I'm sick of hearing that African people have culture. You don't. In the 1700s, most of your languages didn't even have 2,000 words, and none of you ever wrote it down. The white people had to come and write your languages down for you. If you have less than 2,000 words to describe everything in life, you don't really have a culture.
Can we just take in the audacity of Edgar Allan Poe here trying to claim cultural superiority over a continent that has 54 countries and is the literal birthplace of humanity? Boop, boop, boop. This is a blatantly racist pseudoscientific take, and anybody with a quarter of a brain knew that the moment this troglodyte started to speak. His entire premise is attempting to frame Africans and black people as inferior the same way that colonial powers did to justify slavery and empire. Africa is the most linguistically diverse place on Earth with thousands of languages and complex grammar systems comparable to any language in Europe. This bullshit claim that Africans couldn't write down their language is simply proof that his education is literally as deep as a fucking 4chan rabbit hole. African societies developed writing systems and scholarship long before the colonial powers arrived. Black scholars in West Africa were producing manuscripts on astronomy, mathematics, law, medicine, and philosophy from roughly about the 1300s to the 1600s. Look, I'm not sure where fucking Timu Nikki Six got the idea that he or people like him are contributing anything to the greater good. Regardless of the contributions of Western culture, you personally are not contributing anything to them. You are a nobody broadcasting incel rage into the void while taking credit for things that you personally had nothing to do with. Just to address the 2,000 word language claim, there's no basis in reality. Linguists have never discovered a human language with only a few thousand words. Myth comes from colonial missionaries who wrote down small word lists when they would first encounter African languages, and they pretended like those lists represented the entire language. None of this is history. None of your arguments are worth listening to, mistaken being loud and confident for being intelligent. With the irony being that you fell for propaganda that people were buying before color television existed.